Tonight, we're exploring one of nature's most beautiful deceptions, that faint ribbon of green light dancing across polar skies. What most people dismiss as simple northern lights actually represents one of the most complex light shows in our solar system. What if those familiar emerald curtains have been hiding an entire rainbow for centuries? Our own eyes became unreliable witnesses to this cosmic performance. Different atmospheric layers paint distinct colors at precisely defined altitudes. Modern cameras finally exposed colors so vibrant they seem almost impossible. Every aurora creates a vertical rainbow stretching 400 kilometers into space. So settle in. Before we begin, leave a quick note in the comments, where you're listening from, or one thought you're carrying tonight. I read them, and they genuinely help shape future journeys. If you'd like more nights like this, subscribe, only if you enjoy these late-night journeys. Now let's begin. Picture this: explorers gazing upward at dancing lights for 300 years. Every single one saw the same thing: pure emerald fire painting Arctic skies. This beautiful consensus would prove spectacularly wrong. From detailed observations in the 1700s through early color photography, virtually every documented aurora appeared as shimmering green light. Arctic explorers wrote passionate journals about walls of emerald flame. Early photographers captured those same green curtains on black and white film. Everyone expected green. Everyone saw green. The remarkable truth escaped detection for centuries. Our human visual system became the cosmic con artist. Human eyes contain specialized cells called rods that dominate night vision. These evolutionary marvels happen to peak at green wavelengths around 555 nanometers. That's exactly the color produced when solar particles slam into oxygen atoms. Meanwhile, our color-detecting cone cells need much brighter light to function properly. They essentially shut down during dim aurora conditions. This biological quirk created a massive blind spot lasting 300 years. Dancing lights blazed with brilliant reds from high-altitude oxygen. Deep purples flowed from nitrogen interactions. Our night vision filtered out these spectacular colors like a cosmic editor removing half the show. The deception fooled entire scientific establishments. When advanced color photography began capturing hints of red and purple during the 1960s, researchers initially dismissed the results as processing errors. The green aurora had become scientific fact. Leading astronomy textbooks continued describing auroras as predominantly green phenomena through the 1970s. We'd been living beneath nature's most colorful light show while seeing only half the spectrum. Like attending a symphony wearing earplugs that filtered out entire sections of the orchestra. High above Arctic wilderness, something extraordinary happens every night. Most people see flat curtains of light. Reality involves something far more sophisticated. Different atmospheric layers produce distinct colors at precisely defined altitudes. Scientists now recognize this as a towering cosmic apartment building, each floor painted in its own signature hue. The aurora's architecture operates with stunning precision across 400 kilometers of vertical space. At 100 to 120 kilometers above Earth's surface, oxygen atoms produce that familiar bright green glow. The atmosphere becomes thin enough here for aurora formation to begin. Venture 200 kilometers higher into increasingly rare air. Something remarkable happens. Those same oxygen atoms now radiate deep, crimson red instead of emerald green. Climb even higher to 500 kilometers above Earth. You encounter the aurora's most exotic residents. Nitrogen molecules dance with incoming solar particles. They create brilliant purple and blue emissions painting the uppermost atmospheric layers. These high-altitude displays pulse with ethereal blue-white light. They appear almost supernatural when captured by sensitive cameras, yet they remain completely invisible to human observers hundreds of kilometers below. This vertical color separation creates displays of stunning complexity. A single aurora curtain simultaneously displays emerald green at its base around 100 kilometers altitude. It transitions through subtle yellows and oranges in middle regions, bursts into brilliant red at 300 kilometers, then crowns itself purple flourishes at the very top. The entire column stretches across distances equivalent to flying from New York to Washington. Each altitude produces its own distinct contribution to the celestial symphony. Modern satellite observations reveal something remarkable. This color stratification remains consistent worldwide. The same altitude always produces the same color, whether the aurora appears over northern Alaska or Scandinavian tundra. This suggests aurora operates like a natural spectrometer, automatically separating light into distinct wavelengths based on precise atmospheric conditions at each altitude. Your eyes lie to you every night, not intentionally. Evolution designed them for survival, not scientific accuracy. When darkness falls and aurora appears, your visual system performs an automatic switch. This biological conspiracy has been deceiving aurora observers for millennia. It explains why entire civilizations missed half the cosmic light show happening above their heads. Human vision operates through two completely different systems. During bright daylight, cone cells handle color detection with remarkable precision. They distinguish millions of subtle hues. Reds, blues, purples all register clearly. But these color specialists need intense illumination to function. When light levels drop below a critical threshold, they essentially clock out for the night. Rod cells take over emergency night duty. These evolutionary marvels amplify dim light signals by incredible amounts. They transform barely detectable photons into usable vision. Here's their crucial limitation. Rod cells respond almost exclusively to wavelengths around 555 nanometers. That happens to be bright green. They're essentially colorblind to everything else. This creates a perfect storm of aurora misperception. Most aurora displays occur under relatively dim conditions, bright enough to activate rod cells, too dim for cone cells to register color accurately. Your visual system automatically switches to green-only mode right when aurora appears. You become temporarily colorblind to reds, purples, and blues painting the sky above. Modern cameras don't suffer from this biological limitation. They detect the full spectrum of aurora colors with equal sensitivity. Long exposure photography reveals what human eyes have been missing. Brilliant crimson reds from high-altitude oxygen emissions, deep purples from nitrogen interactions, azure blues from molecular hydrogen. The complete rainbow spectrum dances across polar skies every single night. This explains why early aurora researchers got everything wrong. They were using the worst possible instrument for color detection: human eyes during low light conditions. Every scientific observation got filtered through this biological green-only lens. Every artistic rendering, every cultural description of aurora. We built entire mythologies around a sensory limitation our own evolution imposed upon our perception. Sometimes the sun loses its temper. These cosmic mood swings create the universe's most exclusive light show. While ordinary aurora displays paint familiar greens across polar skies, solar storms unleash colors so rare that most aurora hunters never witness them. Pink ribbons, golden yellows, deep crimsons that make the sky look like it's bleeding fire. These extraordinary colors require extraordinary circumstances. Normal solar activity produces steady streams of charged particles traveling at moderate speeds. They interact with atmosphere at typical altitudes, create predictable green displays from oxygen around 100 kilometers up. But when the sun erupts in massive solar flares, everything changes dramatically. Solar storms hurl particles at Earth with incredible violence. Speeds reach millions of miles per hour. Energies increase by orders of magnitude. These supercharged particles penetrate much deeper into Earth's atmosphere than normal aurora, causing radiation. They reach altitudes below 100 kilometers, where atmospheric density increases dramatically. Here they encounter different atmospheric conditions that create completely different color signatures. Pink aurora appears when high-energy particles collide with nitrogen molecules at unusually low altitudes, around 80 to 100 kilometers above Earth's surface. The specific combination of particle energy and atmospheric density produces delicate rose-colored emissions. These displays often appear as subtle pink fringes along the bottom edges of normal green aurora. They're so faint that cameras barely capture them. Golden yellow aurora results from a perfect storm of conditions. Solar particles must have exactly the right energy levels. They must strike oxygen atoms at very specific altitudes between normal green and high-altitude red zones. The narrow range where this occurs means yellow aurora remains extremely rare. When it does appear, it creates ribbons of light that look like molten gold flowing across the sky. Deep red aurora represents the most violent solar interactions with our atmosphere. These occur only during the most extreme geomagnetic storms. High-energy particles penetrate to unprecedented depths. They create blood-red displays visible much farther south than typical aurora. During major solar storms, these crimson curtains have appeared as far south as the Caribbean. Tropical observers suddenly witness Arctic light shows in their own backyards. Stand beneath an active aurora for an hour. You'll witness nature's most rapid costume changes. The same curtain of light transforms from emerald green to deep red to brilliant purple in minutes, sometimes seconds. No earthly phenomenon matches aurora's ability to reinvent its appearance while you watch. It's like nature decided to stage the universe's fastest wardrobe show. These color transformations happen because aurora responds to constantly changing conditions in real time. Solar wind varies in intensity from moment to moment. Earth's magnetic field fluctuates. Atmospheric density shifts with temperature and pressure changes. Each variable affects which colors appear at which altitudes. The aurora becomes a live visual display of invisible cosmic forces dancing together. Solar wind intensity directly controls aurora brightness and color saturation. When particle streams intensify, aurora colors become more vivid. Green deepens into emerald. Reds intensify into crimson. When solar wind weakens, colors fade to pale pastels. The entire display dims like someone turning down cosmic light dimmers. This happens continuously throughout each aurora event. Magnetic field variations cause even more dramatic changes. Earth's magnetosphere channels solar particles toward specific atmospheric regions. When magnetic conditions shift, particle flow redirects instantly. Aurora curtains suddenly appear in new locations. Colors change as particles strike different atmospheric layers. What started as green suddenly becomes red as the magnetic field guides particles to higher altitudes. Atmospheric conditions add another layer of complexity. Temperature variations affect atmospheric density at different altitudes. Pressure changes modify how particles interact with air molecules. These factors continuously alter the precise conditions needed for specific colors. Aurora colors fluctuate like a live chemistry experiment conducted on a planetary scale. Time-lapse photography reveals aurora's incredible dynamism. What appears static to human eyes actually flows like cosmic rivers. Curtains ripple, sheets fold and unfold. Colors cascade from top to bottom like waterfalls of light. The entire display pulses with rhythms that mirror the solar wind's invisible heartbeat. Each aurora event becomes a unique performance that never repeats exactly the same way twice. Modern digital cameras capture these transformations with unprecedented detail. They record color changes happening too quickly human perception. Frame-by-frame analysis reveals aurora's hidden choreography. Scientists now understand that aurora never truly holds still. It constantly evolves, transforms, and reinvents itself throughout each cosmic performance. The sun writes love letters to Earth every single day. These cosmic messages travel 93 million miles in just 8 minutes and 20 seconds. But they're not gentle romantic poetry. They're high-speed streams of electrically charged particles racing through space at 400 kilometers per second. Fast enough to circle Earth's entire equator in less than 2 minutes. This relentless cosmic courtship has continued for 4.6 billion years without missing a single day. Scientists call this phenomenon solar wind, but it behaves nothing like earthly weather. Imagine a hurricane made of invisible particles that never stops blowing. The sun constantly sheds its outer atmosphere into space. Electrons and protons stream outward in all directions. They carry the sun's magnetic personality across the entire solar system. Earth receives about 1 gram per second of this stellar material. That's roughly the weight of a paperclip worth of solar particles hitting our planet every heartbeat. When this cosmic suitor finally reaches Earth's neighborhood, something remarkable happens. Our planet doesn't accept these advances passively. Earth maintains a powerful magnetic shield called the magnetosphere. This invisible fortress extends 60,000 kilometers into space. It deflects most solar wind around our world like water flowing around a rock in a stream. The interaction creates a cosmic dance between two magnetic personalities. This dance determines whether we get spectacular aurora or just another quiet night. Solar wind doesn't give up easily. It probes Earth's magnetic defenses looking for weak spots. The magnetic field lines that protect our planet curve around the north and south poles like invisible highways. Solar particles follow these magnetic pathways like cosmic traffic following predetermined routes. When solar wind intensity increases, more particles slip through our defenses. The stronger the solar wind, the more dramatic the resulting aurora display. This cosmic relationship operates on multiple time scales simultaneously. Solar wind varies from minute to minute as the sun's surface churns with magnetic storms. It changes seasonally as Earth's tilted axis presents different magnetic orientations to incoming particles. It fluctuates over years as the sun cycles through periods of high and low activity. Each variation affects how many solar particles penetrate Earth's magnetic shield and where they create aurora displays. What if Earth operated the universe's most sophisticated highway system? Invisible lanes stretch several 100,000 kilometers from the sun-facing side of our planet to the shadowy tail region behind us. Solar particles follow these magnetic routes like cosmic commuters during the universe's longest rush hour. The journey from initial contact with Earth's magnetic field to final destination at polar aurora zones takes several hours. It's the most scenic route in the solar system. These magnetic highways operate through principles that would make any traffic engineer jealous. Charged particles can only travel along specific paths determined by magnetic field strength and direction. They spiral around invisible magnetic field lines, like cars following curved interstate highways. The particles gain speed as they approach Earth's poles, where magnetic field lines converge. It's like cosmic traffic funneling from 8 lanes down to 2. The magnetic field architecture creates distinct travel routes for different types of particles. High-energy particles from violent solar storms penetrate deeper into the magnetic field system. They access express lanes that lead directly to lower-altitude destinations. Lower-energy particles from normal solar wind follow longer, more circuitous routes. They end up at higher-altitude terminal points where they create different aurora colors. Earth's magnetic field doesn't just guide particles passively. It actively sorts them by energy level like a cosmic toll booth system. High-energy particles pay the premium price and access high-speed routes leading to intense aurora displays. Medium-energy particles follow standard highways, creating typical aurora brightness. Low-energy particles take scenic routes, resulting in faint aurora that barely registers to human eyes. The magnetic highway system includes rest stops and acceleration zones that modify particle behavior during the journey. Regions where magnetic field lines stretch and compress act like cosmic traffic lights. Particles can get temporarily trapped in these zones before continuing toward polar destinations. Other regions accelerate particles to even higher speeds. These magnetic boost zones create the most energetic aurora displays when particles finally reach their atmospheric destinations. What makes this system truly extraordinary is its dynamic nature. The magnetic highway network constantly reshapes itself based on solar wind conditions. During calm space weather, the system operates like smooth city traffic with predictable flow patterns. During magnetic storms, it becomes like rush hour chaos. Particles back up, take detours, and arrive at unexpected destinations. These disruptions create aurora in unusual locations and produce displays with unexpected colors and intensities. Between 100 and 500 kilometers above Earth's surface, the universe's most sophisticated chemistry lab operates 24 hours a day. This isn't some sterile scientific facility. It's a vast atmospheric workshop where oxygen and nitrogen molecules collaborate to create light shows that would make Las Vegas jealous. When solar particles finally complete their magnetic highway journey, they slam into this aerial laboratory at incredible speeds. The collision creates cosmic fireworks through pure chemistry. The atmospheric chemistry operates like a perfectly choreographed dance between different molecular partners. Oxygen atoms dominate the performance at lower altitudes around 100 kilometers above Earth. When high-speed solar particles strike these oxygen atoms, they knock electrons into higher energy states. The electrons can't maintain these excited conditions for long. When they drop back to normal energy levels, they release the excess energy as light. It is pure green light at about 558 nanometers in wavelength. That's the signature emerald glow that fooled humanity for centuries. Climb higher to 300 kilometers altitude, and the same oxygen atoms perform an entirely different light show. The thinner atmosphere at this altitude changes the collision dynamics completely. Oxygen atoms hit by solar particles now emit deep red light at 630 nanometers. The same molecular performer creates completely different colors based on atmospheric conditions. It's like the same actor playing different roles on different stages. Nitrogen molecules join the performance at various altitudes throughout the Aurora zone. These atmospheric residents create blue and purple emissions when solar particles energize them. Nitrogen's chemistry produces more complex light signatures than oxygen. Multiple wavelengths emerge from single collision events. The result is aurora that shifts between deep purple, brilliant blue, and subtle pink depending on exactly which nitrogen energy transitions dominate. The atmospheric laboratory maintains incredibly precise quality control standards. Temperature, pressure, and molecular density at each altitude determine exactly which colors appear. Change any variable slightly and the entire light show transforms. This explains why aurora colors change so rapidly during active displays. Atmospheric conditions fluctuate constantly. Solar particle energy varies from moment to moment. The chemistry lab responds instantly to these changes. What makes this atmospheric collaboration truly remarkable is its efficiency. Nearly every solar particle collision produces visible light. No energy gets wasted. The atmospheric chemistry operates like a perfectly tuned engine, converting cosmic particle energy directly into photons. Each collision creates light with wavelength precision that human engineers could never match. Earth wears the universe's most elegant jewelry. A glowing necklace of light circles our planet's polar regions like cosmic bling designed by nature's most talented jeweler. This auroral oval maintains nearly perfect proportions. It typically measures 4,000 kilometers across. That's roughly the distance from New York to Los Angeles. The oval hovers 15 to 25 degrees away from each magnetic pole. It adjusts its size and brightness based on solar wind conditions, like jewelry that responds to the wearer's mood. The auroral oval represents one of nature's most geometrically perfect creations. Unlike earthly light displays that appear random and chaotic, aurora organizes itself into precise mathematical shapes. The oval maintains its form regardless of what's happening underneath on Earth's surface. Cities, mountains, and oceans have no influence on its structure. Only magnetic field geometry matters. The aurora follows invisible magnetic contours like a cosmic GPS system guiding light into predetermined patterns. This celestial necklace never stays exactly the same size. During quiet space weather, the auroral oval shrinks to a tight circle around each pole. The light appears dim and restricted to the highest latitudes. Most people living in populated areas never see it. But when solar wind intensifies, the oval expands dramatically. It can grow to twice its normal size during major magnetic storms. The expanding aurora brings northern lights to locations that rarely experience them. The oval's behavior follows surprisingly predictable rules despite its cosmic scale. It brightens on the night side of Earth around midnight local time. This midnight enhancement happens because Earth's magnetic field structure concentrates particle flow toward the planet's night side. The aurora oval becomes like a cosmic clock face with its brightest section always pointing toward local midnight. Aurora photographers learn to anticipate this pattern for optimal viewing opportunities. What makes the auroral oval truly extraordinary is its symmetry between Earth's northern and southern hemispheres. Both poles maintain nearly identical oval structures that mirror each other across Earth's magnetic equator. When aurora intensifies in Alaska, corresponding activity occurs simultaneously in Antarctica. The southern lights perform the same cosmic dance as northern lights with remarkable synchronization. It's like Earth wears matching jewelry on both ends. The oval structure reveals Aurora's true three-dimensional architecture. From space, satellites observe the complete necklace formation that ground-based observers can only see fragments of. The oval appears as a continuous ring of light encircling each pole. Individual aurora curtains that seem separate from Earth's surface actually connect into this unified circular structure. Every dancing curtain represents just one segment of nature's most magnificent jewelry design. The sun operates on the universe's most reliable biological clock. Every 11 years, our star cycles through predictable mood swings that determine how spectacular aurora displays become. This solar personality cycle has been ticking like cosmic clockwork for billions of years. When the sun feels energetic, Earth receives aurora gift packages that light up skies across multiple continents. When the sun enters quiet periods, aurora retreats to remote polar regions where only dedicated aurora hunters witness the subdued performances. Solar scientists call this phenomenon the solar maximum and solar minimum cycle. During solar maximum, the sun's surface churns with magnetic storms, massive eruptions, and constant activity. Sunspot counts increase dramatically. Solar flares explode with incredible violence. Coronal mass ejections hurl billions of tons of solar material toward Earth at millions of miles per hour. These cosmic tantrums create the most spectacular aurora displays possible. The entire cycle peaks for about 2 to 3 years before gradually declining. Solar minimum represents the sun's quiet retirement phase. Magnetic activity drops to barely detectable levels. Sunspots disappear almost completely. Solar wind weakens to gentle breezes. The sun maintains this peaceful behavior for several years. During these cosmic coffee breaks, aurora becomes rare and faint. Only the most sensitive cameras capture displays that appear as subtle green glows barely visible above the horizon. Aurora photographers often take vacations during solar minimum because dramatic displays simply don't occur. The transition between solar maximum and minimum creates the most interesting aurora conditions. Solar activity gradually increases for about 5 years as the sun builds toward its next energetic phase. Aurora displays become progressively more frequent and intense. Then activity peaks for 2 to 3 years with regular magnetic storms producing aurora visible across wide geographic ranges. Finally, solar activity slowly decreases for 5 more years as the sun winds down toward the next quiet period. Scientists can predict this solar cycle with remarkable accuracy years in advance. They track sunspot numbers, solar wind measurements, and magnetic field observations to forecast when the next solar maximum will occur. Aurora enthusiasts plan major viewing expeditions around these predictions. Hotels in northern locations book solid during predicted peak years. Aurora tour companies adjust their schedules based on solar cycle timing. The current solar cycle provides a perfect example of this cosmic rhythm. Solar minimum occurred in 2019 when aurora activity reached extremely low levels. Solar maximum is predicted for 2024 to 2026. Aurora displays have been steadily increasing in frequency and intensity as the sun builds toward its next energetic peak. The timing creates perfect conditions for spectacular aurora viewing over the next few years. The sun's cosmic alarm clock is ringing right on schedule. Deep in the Alaskan wilderness, Inuit elders developed the most comforting explanation for aurora that humanity has ever conceived. While other cultures saw omens of war or supernatural dangers dancing across polar skis, the Inuit witnessed something entirely different. They saw their beloved ancestors putting on nightly entertainment shows. Grandmothers who had passed away were hosting free dance performances for the living relatives they'd left behind. Aurora became the universe's most touching family reunion. The Inuit understanding of Aurora carried profound emotional wisdom that modern science struggles to match. When brilliant green curtains rippled across Arctic skies, elders told children they were watching deceased family members celebrating in the afterlife. The dancing lights represented spirits of the departed enjoying eternal happiness. Each flicker and pulse showed ancestors communicating love and protection to their earthly descendants. Aurora transformed from mysterious atmospheric phenomenon into visible proof that death wasn't truly final. This interpretation created a completely different relationship between Inuit communities and Aurora displays. While other cultures feared unusual sky activity, Inuit families gathered outside during Aurora events to enjoy the celestial entertainment. Children learned to recognize the dancing patterns of specific deceased relatives. Grandparents pointed out which sections of Aurora belonged to which ancestors. The entire community participated in cosmic family gatherings that strengthened cultural bonds across generations. Inuit Aurora mythology included practical guidance that helped families navigate harsh Arctic conditions. Elders taught that overly bright aurora indicated ancestors' warning about approaching weather changes. Rapidly moving aurora suggested departed relatives urgently communicating important messages. Aurora appearing in unusual colors meant ancestral spirits were celebrating special occasions. These interpretations provided psychological comfort during long Arctic winters when Aurora offered the only natural light show available. The ancestral dance interpretation also established behavioral guidelines for Aurora viewing. Inuit tradition forbade whistling at Aurora because it might summon spirits too close to the earthly realm. Children learned to show respect for dancing ancestors by remaining quiet during displays. Some communities believed Aurora spirits could hear human voices and might extend performances for appreciative audiences. These customs created reverent Aurora viewing protocols that enhanced the spiritual experience. Modern Inuit communities continue honoring traditional Aurora interpretations alongside scientific understanding. Many families still gather to watch Aurora with elders sharing ancestral stories. The dancing grandmother explanation provides emotional connection to cultural heritage that pure scientific knowledge cannot replace. Aurora remains a bridge between living Inuit communities and their cherished ancestors. Science explains the mechanism. Tradition explains the meaning. Finnish folklore transformed Aurora into the universe's most playful explanation involving magical creatures with spectacular special effects capabilities. According to ancient Finnish mythology, Aurora resulted from a supernatural fox with fire colored for racing across Arctic snowfields at incredible speeds. As this cosmic creature ran, its magnificent tail brushed against snowdrifts and rocky outcrops. The friction between magical fox fur and earthly surfaces created sparks that shot skyward. These sparks became the dancing lights that illuminated northern skies. The Finnish called this legendary creature the Revanchulet, literally meaning fox fires. The mythology described a fox so swift and agile it could run faster than human eyes could follow. Its fur blazed with colors that shifted between orange and brilliant white. When the magical fox felt particularly energetic, it would run in circles and figure 8 patterns across the landscape. These playful running routes created aurora displays with corresponding shapes and movements in the sky above. Finnish firefox mythology included detailed behavioral explanations that accounted for different aurora characteristics. When Aurora appeared as gentle, slow-moving curtains, the fox was taking a leisurely evening stroll. Rapidly flickering aurora indicated the fox was playing chase games with other supernatural creatures. Exceptionally bright displays meant the magical fox was showing off for potential mates during breeding season. Aurora that covered large portions of the sky suggested multiple firefoxes were racing together across vast territories. The legend provided practical aurora prediction methods that Finnish communities used for generations. Elders taught that fox activity increased during specific weather patterns. Clear, cold nights with fresh snowfall created optimal conditions for magical fox races. Strong northern winds supposedly carried the scent of fox trails that would produce aurora later that evening. These traditional forecasting methods gave Finnish communities advance warning about likely aurora viewing opportunities. Firefox mythology established cultural practices around aurora observation that survived into modern times. Finnish families would venture outdoors during predicted fox fire nights to witness the magical creature's handiwork. Children learned to recognize different fox running patterns based on aurora movements. Some communities believed they could attract firefoxes by leaving offerings of fish or berries in strategic locations. These customs created anticipation and excitement around aurora events. The firefox explanation demonstrates how human imagination transforms mysterious natural phenomena into comprehensible stories. Finnish culture needed an explanation that fit their harsh northern environment and deep connection to wildlife. A magical fox racing across snowy landscapes perfectly captured the dynamic, unpredictable nature of aurora displays. The legend provided comfort, entertainment, and community bonding opportunities while acknowledging the supernatural beauty of Arctic light shows. Norse warriors developed the most ambitious interpretation of aurora in human history. They saw those dancing lights as exclusive transportation systems reserved for elite military personnel traveling to the ultimate afterlife destination. According to Viking mythology, Aurora represented the Bifrost Bridge connecting earthly battlefields to Valhalla. It was the cosmic warrior paradise where fallen heroes enjoyed eternal feasting and combat training. Aurora became the universe's most prestigious commuter route. The Norse called Aurora the Bridge of the Gods and believed it functioned like a selective cosmic escalator. Only warriors who died heroically in battle earned passage on these celestial highways. The dancing lights indicated Valkyries, supernatural female warriors, riding across the sky to collect worthy souls from fresh battlefields. Each aurora display meant another group of honored dead was receiving their cosmic promotion to Valhalla's Eternal Warrior Academy. Viking aurora mythology created detailed transportation logistics that would impress modern travel planners. Different aurora colors indicated different classes of warrior service. Brilliant white aurora meant legendary heroes were traveling to premium seating areas in Valhalla's Great Hall. Green aurora indicated standard warriors receiving basic afterlife accommodations. Red aurora supposedly meant battle-hardened veterans were being escorted to advanced training facilities. There, they'd prepare for the final cosmic battle of Ragnarok. The aurora as transportation system provided profound motivation for Viking military culture. Warriors who witnessed aurora displays before battle considered them good omens, indicating Valkyries were nearby and ready to provide exclusive travel services. The promise of Aurora Bridge passage to Valhalla encouraged fearless combat behavior. death in battle became the ultimate career achievement rather than tragedy. Aurora transformed mortality from defeat into cosmic promotion opportunity. Norse communities developed Aurora viewing rituals that honored this celestial transportation network. When Aurora appeared, entire villages would gather to witness Valkyrie escort missions. Elders would point out different sections of Aurora and identify which fallen warriors were receiving passage to Valhalla. These community gatherings strengthened cultural bonds while reinforcing warrior values that defined Viking society. Aurora events became celebrations of military heroism and afterlife achievement. The Bifrost Bridge interpretation reveals how Aurora mythology reflected cultural priorities and social structures. Viking society valued military prowess, heroic death, and eternal warfare concepts. Aurora provided visible evidence that these values extended beyond earthly existence into cosmic realms. The dancing lights confirmed that worthy warriors would continue their preferred lifestyle in supernatural paradise. Chinese astronomers developed the most sophisticated early warning system based on aurora observations. They called aurora red vapor or heavenly light and treated these displays as cosmic news broadcasts announcing major political and military developments. Chinese imperial courts employed professional sky watchers whose job involved interpreting aurora colors, movements, and timing. They predicted everything from dynastic changes to foreign invasions. Aurora became ancient China's most reliable intelligence-gathering network. Chinese astronomical records, dating back over 2,000 years, document aurora observations with remarkable precision. Court astronomers maintain detailed logs describing aurora color variations, directional movements, and duration patterns. They correlated these observations with subsequent political events to develop prediction algorithms. Red aurora indicated approaching warfare. Yellow aurora suggested natural disasters. White aurora meant peaceful times ahead. The imperial forecasting system treated aurora like cosmic Morse code transmitting advanced intelligence. The Chinese interpretation system included specific protocols for different types of aurora activity. Single aurora curtains predicted localized conflicts involving neighboring kingdoms. Multiple aurora curtains suggested large-scale military campaigns spanning multiple provinces. Aurora that moved from north to south indicated foreign threats approaching from northern borders. Aurora moving east to west meant internal rebellions brewing within the empire. These directional interpretations guided imperial military preparation strategies. Chinese aurora mythology connected celestial displays to the mandate of heaven concept that legitimized imperial rule. Unusual aurora activity supposedly reflected cosmic dissatisfaction with current leadership. Exceptionally bright or colorful displays warned that heaven was preparing to withdraw support from failing dynasties. Aurora became visible evidence of cosmic political opinions that emperors ignored at their own peril. The lights served as supernatural polling data, indicating heavenly approval ratings. Imperial courts used aurora predictions to time major political decisions and military campaigns. Favorable aurora omens encouraged emperors to launch new initiatives or declare war on enemies. Negative aurora predictions prompted defensive preparations and diplomatic negotiations. Court astronomers who successfully predicted political events based on aurora observations received prestigious appointments and financial rewards. Inaccurate predictions often resulted in exile or execution, creating intense pressure for accurate aurora interpretation. Modern analysis of Chinese aurora records reveals surprising accuracy in their observational data despite completely incorrect causal explanations. Chinese astronomers correctly identified correlations between aurora activity and solar cycles without understanding the underlying physics. They recognized that aurora intensity varied predictably over time periods that coincided with what we now know as solar maximum and minimum phases. Their systematic observations provided valuable historical data that modern scientists use to study long-term solar activity patterns spanning centuries. Modern science and ancient mythology tell completely different stories about the same cosmic phenomenon. On one side stands electromagnetic physics with charged particles, magnetic field interactions, and atmospheric chemistry equations. On the other side dance beloved grandmothers, magical foxes, warrior escalators, and cosmic weather reports. The contrast reveals humanity's eternal struggle between factual accuracy and emotional meaning. Both explanations describe identical aurora displays, yet they create entirely different human experiences. Scientific aurora explanations satisfy intellectual curiosity with remarkable precision. We understand exactly why solar wind particles follow magnetic field lines to polar regions. We can predict which atmospheric altitudes will produce specific colors. We measure particle energies and calculate collision probabilities with mathematical accuracy. Modern aurora science provides complete mechanical explanations for every aspect of these displays. The knowledge is comprehensive, verifiable, and universally applicable regardless of cultural background. But scientific explanations often feel emotionally hollow compared to mythological alternatives. Electromagnetic interactions between charged particles and oxygen atoms don't inspire wonder the way dancing ancestors do. Atmospheric chemistry doesn't provide comfort during difficult times like supernatural fox friends. Technical accuracy can't replace the human need for stories that connect cosmic phenomena to personal experience. Science explains how aurora works. Mythology explains what aurora means. Traditional aurora interpretations created powerful emotional connections between communities and natural phenomena. Inuit families felt closer to deceased relatives during aurora displays. Finnish children experienced magical adventure through firefox stories. Viking warriors found courage through Bifrost Bridge mythology. Chinese citizens felt connected to cosmic governance through heavenly omen interpretations. These cultural explanations provided psychological benefits that pure scientific knowledge cannot replicate. The romance gap between science and mythology highlights different types of human intelligence. Scientific thinking excels at understanding mechanical relationships and predicting natural phenomena. Mythological thinking excels at creating meaning, building community bonds, and providing emotional comfort. Neither approach is inherently superior. They serve different human needs and can coexist without conflict. Modern aurora observers can appreciate both electromagnetic physics and ancestral dancing simultaneously. Perhaps the most profound insight involves recognizing that both scientific and mythological explanations represent human attempts to comprehend cosmic beauty. Ancient cultures created stories that fit their knowledge limitations and cultural values. Modern science provides mechanical explanations that fit our technological capabilities. Future generations may develop entirely different aurora interpretations that we cannot currently imagine. The lights themselves remain constant. Human efforts to understand them continue evolving. Aurora serves as a mirror reflecting each culture's unique combination of curiosity, creativity, and wonder. September 1, 1859 became the day Aurora took its first recorded tropical vacation. Cuban beachgoers expected nothing more exciting than sunset colors over warm Caribbean waters. Instead, they witnessed the most spectacular aurora display in recorded human history. Green and red curtains danced across skies that had never seen northern lights before. Palm trees stood silhouetted against cosmic fire that belonged thousands of miles north. The entire Caribbean became an aurora theme park for one incredible night. This unprecedented aurora invasion started with the largest solar storm ever documented. British astronomer Richard Carrington was sketching spots through his telescope. Then he witnessed something extraordinary. A brilliant white flash erupted from the sun's surface. The solar explosion hurled billions of tons of charged particles toward Earth at incredible speeds. What normally took 3 to 4 days to reach our planet arrived in just 17 hours and 40 minutes. The solar tsunami overwhelmed Earth's magnetic defenses completely. The resulting aurora display made the impossible seem routine. Telegraph operators in Boston watched sparks flying from their equipment while aurora blazed overhead. Gold miners in the Rocky Mountains woke up thinking sunrise had arrived early. They started cooking breakfast until they realized the northern lights were bright enough to read newspapers outdoors. People throughout the United States could navigate city streets using nothing but aurora illumination. The cosmic light show wound gas street and lamps across entire regions. What made this event truly extraordinary was its geographic reach. Aurora appeared as far south as the Caribbean islands, southern Italy, and even parts of Africa near the Mediterranean coast. Places that had never recorded aurora activity in written history suddenly experienced displays visible to the naked eye. The light stretched across latitudes that encompassed roughly half the planet's inhabited regions. Millions of people witnessed aurora for the first and possibly only time in their lives. Telegraph systems worldwide suffered complete breakdowns during the cosmic assault. The same magnetic disturbances that created spectacular aurora also induced electrical currents in metal telegraph wires. Operators received severe electric shocks. Telegraph offices caught fire from voltage overloads. Some clever operators discovered they could send messages using aurora-induced electrical currents even after disconnecting their power sources. Nature temporarily replaced human technology with cosmic electricity. The Carrington event serves as a sobering reminder of our solar system's violent potential. Similar solar storms occur roughly once every 500 years based on historical records. The next Carrington-level event would devastate modern technological civilization. Satellite networks would fail completely. Power grids across multiple continents would suffer catastrophic damage. Yet the aurora display would be absolutely magnificent. Halloween night 2003 delivered genuine supernatural phenomena to trick-or-treaters across Texas. Children dressed as ghosts and goblins were upstaged by real cosmic specters dancing across southern skies. Aurora appeared over Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio for the first time in living memory. Parents initially thought the green glow was elaborate Halloween decoration projected onto clouds. Then they realized nature was providing special effects more impressive than any earthly haunted house. The Halloween aurora resulted from a sequence of solar explosions that scientists call the Halloween storms. Between October 19th and November 7th, 2003, the sun unleashed 17 major solar flares. It also launched multiple coronal mass ejections toward Earth. Each cosmic blast sent billions of charged particles racing across the solar system. The combined effect created the most intense geomagnetic storm activity in decades. Space weather forecasters watch their instruments peg maximum readings day after day. Texas Aurora represented the southern extreme of displays that painted skies across most of North America. The same storm system that brought northern lights to San Antonio also created spectacular displays over New York, Chicago, and Seattle. But seeing Aurora over the Lone Star State felt particularly surreal. Armadillos and longhorn cattle grazed beneath dancing cosmic lights. Oil pump jacks operated under green and red curtains that belonged in Alaska, not Texas cattle country. The Halloween storms caused technological mayhem that made the Aurora displays seem almost secondary. Airline pilots reported GPS navigation failures over multiple flight routes. Swedish power grids suffered blackouts affecting 50,000 customers. Japanese satellite operators lost contact with several multi-million-dollar spacecraft. The Aurora beauty came with a price tag. It was measured in hundreds of millions of dollars. That covered damaged infrastructure and lost satellite communications. What made the Texas Aurora particularly memorable was its timing during Halloween celebrations. Children trick or treating in suburban neighborhoods stopped to stare at genuine supernatural lights overhead. Adults initially assumed the green glow was elaborate laser light shows from Halloween parties. Photography from that night shows costumed children posing beneath Aurora displays that transformed ordinary residential streets into cosmic wonderlands. Nature upstaged human creativity on the one night devoted to artificial scares. The 2003 Halloween storms demonstrated how unpredictable Aurora geography can become during extreme space weather events. Meteorologists track earthly storms with sophisticated radar and satellite networks. Solar storms remain much more difficult to predict accurately. The sun can unleash Carrington-level events with minimal advance warning. When that happens, Aurora could appear over tropical beaches, desert landscapes, or metropolitan areas that have never experienced northern lights. The cosmic light show might visit your neighborhood during the next solar maximum. Aurora displays sometimes appear in locations that should be completely protected by Earth's magnetic field. These unexpected sightings reveal that our planet's magnetic defense system contains security vulnerabilities that cosmic particles can exploit. Like computer hackers finding backdoors in supposedly secure networks, high-energy solar particles discover weak spots in magnetic field architecture. They slip through these cosmic security gaps to create Aurora displays far from their intended polar destinations. Earth's magnetic field operates like a sophisticated security system with multiple layers of protection. The outer magnetosphere deflects most solar wind around our planet like an invisible force field. Inner magnetic field lines channel remaining particles toward polar regions where they create normal Aurora displays. This system works effectively 99% of the time, but during extreme solar storms, high-energy particles find ways to penetrate deeper into supposedly secure magnetic territory. The primary hacking technique involves magnetic field line reconnection events that temporarily create new pathways for particle infiltration. When solar wind magnetic fields interact with Earth's magnetic field, they sometimes merge and reconnect in unexpected configurations. These reconnection events open temporary corridors that allow solar particles direct access to mid-latitude regions. The cosmic security breach lasts only minutes or hours before magnetic fields reconfigure into normal protective arrangements. Solar particles also exploit weakening magnetic field strength at certain geographic locations. Earth's magnetic field isn't perfectly uniform across the planet's surface. The South Atlantic anomaly represents a region where magnetic field strength drops significantly below normal levels. This cosmic weak spot allows high-energy particles to penetrate much deeper into Earth's atmosphere than usual. Aurora occasionally appears over South America and Southern Africa by exploiting this natural security vulnerability. Ring current enhancement provides another aurora hacking method that bypasses normal magnetic field protections. During intense geomagnetic storms, charged particles become trapped in Earth's radiation belts and begin circulating around the planet. These trapped particles gradually drift toward lower latitudes while gaining energy from magnetic field fluctuations. Eventually, they reach atmospheric altitudes where they create aurora displays hundreds of miles south of normal aurora zones. Core atmospheric focusing effects can concentrate cosmic particles into narrow geographic regions through magnetic field geometry. Complex interactions between solar wind and Earth's magnetic field can create particle streams. They funnel toward specific locations like cosmic spotlight beams. These focused particle streams penetrate magnetic field protections that would normally deflect them safely toward polar regions. The result is intense aurora displays appearing over random mid-latitude locations for brief periods. Understanding these cosmic hacking techniques helps scientists predict when aurora might appear in unexpected locations. Space weather forecasters monitor magnetic field conditions that could enable particle penetration events. When conditions align properly, they issue aurora alerts for mid-latitude regions that rarely experience northern lights. Amateur aurora photographers in these areas learn to watch space weather predictions. They wait for rare chances to witness cosmic light shows in their own backyards. March 13, 1989 transformed Quebec into the world's largest unplanned candlelight dinner party. A massive geomagnetic storm triggered by intense aurora activity knocked out power across the entire province for 9 hours. 6 million people suddenly found themselves living like their ancestors before electricity was invented. The cosmic light show caused the blackout. It provided the only illumination for dinners that nobody planned to be romantic. The Quebec blackout began when aurora-generating magnetic disturbances induced massive electrical currents in the province's power transmission lines. These cosmic currents overwhelmed protective systems designed to handle normal electrical loads. Circuit breakers tripped automatically to prevent equipment damage. The entire Hydro-Quebec power grid collapsed within 90 seconds of the initial magnetic disturbance. Modern technological civilization temporarily reverted to pre-industrial conditions while aurora danced overhead with mocking beauty. 9 hours without electricity revealed how completely modern life depends on cosmic cooperation. Traffic lights went dark, creating massive transportation chaos. Elevators stopped between floors, trapping passengers until manual rescue operations freed them. Electronic door locks failed, leaving some people unable to enter their own homes. Hospital backup generators kept essential medical equipment operating while doctors worked by flashlight. The entire province experienced technological time travel back to the 19th century. Montreal's restaurants inadvertently discovered that cosmic blackouts create surprisingly romantic dining atmospheres. Establishments with gas cooking facilities served meals by candlelight. Customers could not go anywhere because traffic signals were not working. The aurora-induced power outage transformed ordinary Tuesday dinner into intimate dining experiences. Couples would normally pay premium prices to enjoy them. Many Quebec residents later described the blackout as one of their most memorable romantic evenings. The economic impact of Aurora-induced infrastructure failure reached hundreds of millions of dollars in lost productivity and damaged equipment. Manufacturing plants shut down assembly lines when computer control systems failed. Financial markets closed early because electronic trading systems couldn't operate without reliable power. Airlines canceled flights at Montreal airports when air traffic control radar systems lost power. The cosmic light show extracted a heavy price for its spectacular beauty. Quebec's Aurora blackout serves as a warning about vulnerabilities in modern technological infrastructure. The 1989 geomagnetic storm was powerful but not exceptionally rare. Similar events occur roughly once per decade during solar maximum periods. Future aurora storms could cause much more widespread damage as society becomes increasingly dependent on electronic systems. GPS navigation, internet communications, and satellite networks remain vulnerable to cosmic interference. The next major aurora event might cause global technological disruptions. It could make the Quebec blackout seem like a minor inconvenience. Space weather forecasters now monitor solar activity specifically to provide advance warning for power grid operators. When major geomagnetic storms approach Earth, utilities can temporarily shut down vulnerable transmission lines and prepare backup power systems. These precautions help prevent cascade failures like the one that darkened Quebec, but perfect prediction remains impossible. Aurora will continue surprising power grid managers with cosmic pranks that turn modern cities into unplanned candlelight destinations. Jupiter doesn't just win the solar system's aurora competition. It dominates so completely that every other planet should probably quit trying. While Earth produces lovely green curtains that barely register on cosmic brightness scales, Jupiter unleashes aurora displays 1,000 times more intense. The gas giant's polar regions blaze with X-ray emissions powerful enough to pose serious radiation hazards nearby. Jupiter essentially operates the universe's most spectacular and deadly light show simultaneously. The scale difference between Jupiter and Earth aurora defies easy comparison. Earth's most intense aurora displays generate roughly 100 gigawatts of total power across thousands of square kilometers. Jupiter's aurora system produces about 100 terawatts continuously. That's equivalent to all human electrical power generation on Earth concentrated into cosmic light shows that never stop performing. Jupiter runs permanent aurora festivals that make Earth's occasional displays look like flickering candles beside industrial floodlights. Jupiter's aurora superiority stems from the planet's absolutely massive magnetic field. It extends millions of kilometers into space. This invisible fortress captures charged particles from solar wind. It traps them in radiation belts thousands of times more intense than Earth's Van Allen belts. The captured particles eventually crash into Jupiter's atmosphere with energies that dwarf anything Earth experiences. Each collision releases electromagnetic radiation across multiple wavelengths simultaneously. What makes Jupiter's aurora truly extraordinary is its consistent performance schedule. Earth aurora appears sporadically during favorable space weather conditions. Jupiter maintains continuous aurora activity regardless of solar wind variations. The planet's own moons contribute charged particles through volcanic emissions and electromagnetic interactions. Io, Jupiter's most volcanically active moon, spews sulfur particles that fuel constant aurora displays. Jupiter created its own internal aurora fuel supply. It stays independent of external cosmic conditions. The Hubble Space Telescope has captured images of Jupiter aurora that reveal complexity beyond anything Earth produces. Multiple aurora rings circle both Jovian poles simultaneously. Bright spots indicate where magnetic field lines from individual moons connect to Jupiter's atmosphere. The entire system operates like a cosmic electrical circuit. Moons serve as generators feeding power to aurora displays. Each moon contributes its own signature aurora characteristics. It depends on its unique electromagnetic properties. Jupiter aurora generates emissions across the entire electromagnetic spectrum, from radio waves to X-rays. Earth-based radio telescopes detect Jupiter aurora signals that sound like cosmic static mixed with whistling tones. The planet broadcasts its aurora performance across the solar system like a cosmic radio station. Amateur radio operators sometimes pick up Jupiter aurora emissions on standard shortwave receivers. The gas giant literally announces its aurora superiority. It reaches anyone with appropriate listening equipment. Future space missions to Jupiter will require specialized shielding to protect electronic equipment from aurora-induced radiation. The intense electromagnetic environment around Jupiter poses serious challenges for spacecraft operations. Radiation levels near Jupiter's aurora zones exceed anything human technology currently handles routinely. Jupiter's aurora beauty comes with cosmic hazards that make close-up observation extremely dangerous. Saturn decided to specialize in geometric perfection rather than raw aurora power. At the planet's north pole, a perfectly hexagonal aurora display creates the most precise geometric art installation in the solar system. Each side of this cosmic hexagon measures about 14,000 kilometers. That's larger than Earth's entire diameter. Saturn somehow maintains this six-sided aurora shape with mathematical precision that would impress any geometry teacher. No other planet attempts anything nearly this geometrically ambitious. The hexagonal aurora structure represents one of the most mysterious phenomena in planetary science. Scientists struggle to explain how Saturn maintains such perfect geometric regularity in what should be chaotic atmospheric conditions. The hexagon consists of a high-speed wind crowing at 320 kilometers an hour. It flows in a precise six-sided pattern. Aurora activity follows this hexagonal boundary with remarkable consistency. Each side of the cosmic polygon maintains nearly identical length and angle measurements. Saturn's aurora hexagon changes colors in response to seasonal variations as the planet slowly orbits the Sun. During Saturn's 29.5-year orbital period, different wavelengths of sunlight illuminate the polar regions at varying angles. The hexagonal aurora shifts from deep blue to bright green to golden yellow. It happens with atmospheric chemistry changes triggered by seasonal light variations. Saturn essentially operates a slow-motion cosmic mood ring. It takes decades to complete full-color cycles. The hexagon's precise geometry appears completely unrelated to external solar wind conditions that drive aurora on other planets. Saturn generates this geometric light show through internal atmospheric dynamics that remain poorly understood. The planet somehow organizes chaotic gas movements into perfectly ordered six-sided patterns. This represents the only known example of large-scale geometric organization in planetary atmospheres anywhere in the solar system. High-resolution images from the Cassini spacecraft reveal stunning detail within Saturn's hexagonal aurora structure. The geometric boundary contains smaller vortices and cloud formations that spiral around each vertex of the six-sided pattern. These secondary structures create fractal-like complexity within the overall geometric framework. Saturn's aurora combines mathematical precision with intricate natural artistry that exceeds human design capabilities. The aurora hexagon demonstrates Saturn's mastery of atmospheric engineering on planetary scales. Other worlds produce random or roughly circular aurora patterns. Saturn achieved geometric perfection through unknown atmospheric mechanisms. The planet operates like a cosmic architect designing light sculptures according to strict mathematical principles. Saturn's aurora represents nature's most successful attempt at large-scale geometric art. Scientists hope to understand Saturn's hexagonal aurora formation process for potential applications to atmospheric engineering technologies. If researchers can decode how Saturn maintains geometric precision in chaotic atmospheric conditions, similar principles might apply to weather modification or atmospheric control systems. Saturn's aurora hexagon could provide blueprints for managing atmospheric dynamics on other worlds. The geometric light show represents both artistic achievement and potential technological inspiration for future atmospheric engineering projects. Mars approaches the solar system aurora competition with all the confidence of a teenager showing up to a professional sports tryout. The red planet produces what scientists diplomatically call localized aurora. It really resembles cosmic acts scattered randomly across its atmosphere. While other planets create sweeping curtains or geometric masterpieces, Mars manages only isolated bright spots. They appear and disappear without apparent coordination. It's like watching someone try to paint murals with a broken spotlight. The fundamental problem with Martian aurora stems from the planet's catastrophic magnetic field failure that occurred billions of years ago. Unlike Earth's global magnetic field that organizes aurora into predictable oval patterns, Mars lost its planetary magnetic generator. Its core cooled down and stopped circulating. What remains are scattered patches of crustal magnetism preserved in ancient rocks. They are cosmic fossil remnants of the planet's former magnetic glory days. These magnetic fossil patches create Mars' signature pimple aurora displays. When solar wind encounters these isolated magnetic regions, it produces small, localized aurora. They appear as random bright spots scattered across the Martian atmosphere. Each aurora patch operates independently without coordination from neighboring regions. The result looks like someone threw luminescent confetti across the planet's night side. Mars basically gave up trying to create organized aurora. It settled for cosmic disco ball effects instead. The European Space Agency's Mars Express orbiter has documented these scattered aurora events. Its instruments reveal their true mediocrity compared to other planetary light shows. Martian aurora typically last only a few minutes. They produce extremely faint emissions barely detectable by sensitive spacecraft instruments. Most Martian aurora would be completely invisible to human eyes, even under perfect viewing conditions. Mars essentially produces amateur-level aurora that would not qualify for any serious cosmic light show competition. What makes Mars aurora performance particularly disappointing is the planet's promising atmospheric composition for spectacular displays. Mars possesses carbon dioxide and trace amounts of water vapor that could produce interesting aurora colors under proper magnetic field conditions. The atmospheric chemistry exists for creating beautiful light shows. Mars simply lacks the magnetic field infrastructure necessary to organize incoming solar particles into coherent aurora displays. Occasionally, Mars produces slightly more impressive aurora during major solar storm events. High-energy particles overwhelm the planet's weak magnetic defenses. These rare events create aurora that span larger areas of the Martian atmosphere. They produce marginally brighter emissions. But even Mars' best aurora performances remain pathetically weak compared to displays routinely produced by planets with functioning magnetic fields. Future Mars colonists will miss one of space exploration's most anticipated experiences. Science fiction stories often depict Martian aurora as exotic spectacles that inspire human settlers. The reality involves extremely faint, randomly scattered light patches. They appear sporadically without warning. Mars colonists will need to import aurora entertainment from other planets. They might also develop artificial aurora generation technology to experience proper cosmic light shows. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station enjoy the solar system's most exclusive aurora viewing experience. Ground-based observers see aurora from underneath. They look upward through atmospheric distortion. Space station crews observe the complete three-dimensional aurora architecture from above. They watch aurora curtains ripple across Earth's curved surface like cosmic curtains draped over a giant sphere. The view transforms aurora from mysterious sky phenomenon into comprehensible planetary-scale light sculpture. The space station's 400-kilometer orbital altitude places astronauts at the perfect distance for aurora appreciation. They orbit just above the aurora generation zone. This is where solar particles collide with atmospheric particles. It creates visible light emissions. From this vantage point, astronauts observe aurora formation in real time. Cosmic particles stream along magnetic field lines toward polar regions. They witness the complete aurora production process. It goes from raw materials to finished light display. Space station photography has revolutionized human understanding of aurora architecture and behavior patterns. Images captured from orbit reveal aurora's true three-dimensional structure. That structure remains invisible from ground-based perspectives. Aurora curtains extend vertically through hundreds of kilometers of atmospheric layers. They also ripple horizontally across thousands of kilometers of Earth's surface. The space station perspective shows aurora as massive planetary-scale phenomena. It is not just a simple overhead light display. Astronauts describe aurora viewing from space as one of the most emotionally overwhelming experiences of spaceflight. The combination of Earth's beauty, aurora's dynamic movement, and the cosmic perspective creates profound psychological impacts. Many crew members struggle to articulate it adequately. Aurora viewed from space represents a synthesis of planetary science, atmospheric physics, and cosmic aesthetics. It transcends normal human visual experience. The space station's rapid orbital velocity allows astronauts to observe aurora from multiple angles during single passes over polar regions. As the station races across Earth's surface at 28,000 kilometers per hour, crew members watch aurora displays transform. They shift from distant green glows on the horizon to overhead canopies of dancing light. They experience aurora's full geographic scale compressed into brief orbital viewing windows. These windows last only minutes. Time-lapse photography from the space station reveals aurora dynamics invisible to ground-based observers. It can even be invisible to real-time space observation. Accelerated footage shows aurora curtains flowing like luminous rivers across Earth's surface. Brightness pulses propagate along aurora curtains like cosmic waves traveling through atmospheric medium. The complete aurora system appears as a living, breathing planetary phenomenon. It responds to invisible solar wind variations in real time. Future commercial space tourism will likely market aurora viewing as premium space travel experiences. Companies developing orbital hotels and lunar tourism packages already advertise superior aurora observation opportunities as major selling points. Space-based aurora viewing represents one of the few genuinely unique experiences that space tourism can offer. It stands apart from earthly travel alternatives. The cosmic perspective on aurora displays will probably become one of space tourism's most popular and emotionally impactful activities. Somewhere among the thousands of confirmed exoplanets orbiting distant stars, alien worlds probably host aurora displays that would make Earth's northern lights look like amateur community theater. Planets with magnetic fields hundreds of times stronger than Earth's could produce aurora visible from interstellar distances. Gas giants orbiting close to their host stars might maintain permanent aurora displays. They could be powered by stellar wind millions of times more intense than our solar wind. The universe likely contains aurora shows so spectacular they transcend human imagination. Exoplanet Aurora represents the ultimate cosmic entertainment that humans can theorize about but never directly experience. Even our closest stellar neighbors lie light years away. Travel remains impossible with current or foreseeable technology. We can detect exoplanets and analyze their atmospheric compositions using advanced telescopes. But actually witnessing their aurora displays requires impossible journeys across interstellar distances. Alien aurora remains forever tantalizingly out of reach. Theoretical models suggest that exoplanet aurora diversity far exceeds anything our solar system produces. Planets orbiting red dwarf stars might develop aurora powered by constant stellar flare activity. Super-Earth planets with dense atmospheres could generate aurora colors that do not exist in Earth's atmospheric chemistry. Tidally locked planets with permanent day and night sides might create aurora that never moves or changes. Each exoplanet represents a unique aurora laboratory. It has conditions impossible to replicate in our solar system. The most exotic exoplanet aurora possibilities involve worlds orbiting binary star systems. They might also involve planets with multiple large moons. Binary stars could create aurora displays influenced by magnetic fields from two different stellar sources. Complex aurora patterns might emerge as planets navigate between varying stellar wind conditions from multiple stars. Planets with moon systems more elaborate than Jupiter's could develop aurora fed by charged particles from dozens of electromagnetic interactions simultaneously. Advanced civilizations on exoplanets might have developed aurora observation and prediction sciences far beyond human capabilities. Alien astronomers could possess detailed aurora maps covering their entire planet's magnetic field structure. They might predict aurora displays centuries in advance based on stellar cycle observations. Some alien cultures could have learned to artificially trigger aurora displays for entertainment or communication purposes. Exoplanet aurora science could be thousands of years ahead of human understanding. Radio telescope projects like SETI occasionally consider whether alien aurora displays might produce detectable electromagnetic signatures across interstellar distances. Extremely powerful exoplanet aurora could theoretically broadcast radio signals strong enough to reach Earth. They would arrive after traveling for years through interstellar space. Future radio telescopes might detect aurora emissions from nearby star systems. These cosmic radio signatures could provide indirect evidence of alien aurora activity. They might also reveal information about exoplanet magnetic field structures. The ultimate cosmic injustice involves realizing that the universe probably contains aurora displays of unimaginable beauty and complexity that humans will never witness. Somewhere among the billions of exoplanets, alien worlds host light shows that eclipse anything Earth has ever produced. We can only imagine rainbow waterfalls of light cascading across alien skies. We can also imagine geometric aurora patterns that spell messages in unknown alien languages. The universe's most spectacular aurora displays will forever remain the exclusive entertainment of alien civilizations we'll never meet. Aurora has discovered the perfect way to remind humanity who really runs the show on planet Earth. We've built increasingly sophisticated electrical infrastructure spanning continents. Aurora occasionally demonstrates that cosmic forces remain in charge of whether our lights actually stay on. The same magnetic disturbances that create beautiful dancing lights also induce massive electrical currents in power transmission lines across multiple countries simultaneously. Aurora essentially performs electromagnetic stand-up comedy with punchlines measured in billions of dollars of infrastructure damage. Power grids worldwide operate like massive antennas perfectly designed to capture aurora-induced electromagnetic interference. Long-distance transmission lines stretch across hundreds of kilometers of landscape. They create ideal receivers for cosmic electrical signals that aurora generates during geomagnetic storms. When aurora activity intensifies, these transmission lines suddenly carry electrical currents that nobody ordered and nobody wants to pay for. The cosmic prankster sends invoices in the form of blown transformers and cascading blackouts. Modern power grid vulnerabilities to aurora interference have increased dramatically as electrical infrastructure becomes more interconnected and complex. Individual power companies now share electricity across vast regional networks spanning multiple states or entire countries. A single aurora-induced failure in one location can trigger cascade effects that darken cities hundreds of miles away. Aurora discovered that attacking one strategic transmission line can knock out power for millions of people. They thought they lived far from any cosmic interference zones. The economic impact of Aurora's power grid pranks extends far beyond simple electricity bills. Manufacturing plants shut down when computer control systems can't handle voltage fluctuations caused by cosmic interference. Data centers switch to backup power systems that cost thousands of dollars per hour to operate. Hospital emergency generators activate automatically while medical staff wonder whether the power outage was caused by equipment failure or invisible cosmic forces. Aurora's electrical jokes become very expensive very quickly. Power grid engineers now design aurora-resistant infrastructure specifically to handle cosmic electrical interference. Protective systems monitor transmission line currents for unusual patterns that indicate geomagnetic storm activity. When aurora-induced currents reach dangerous levels, automated systems temporarily disconnect vulnerable equipment before cosmic electricity can cause permanent damage. These protective measures work most of the time, but Aurora occasionally overwhelms even sophisticated defenses designed to handle its electromagnetic pranks. The most sophisticated power grids maintain real-time communication with space weather monitoring services that track aurora activity and predict likely interference patterns. Electrical system operators receive advance warnings when major geomagnetic storms approach Earth. They prepare their networks for cosmic electrical attacks. They can temporarily reduce power loads, switch transmission routes, and activate backup systems before Aurora begins its electromagnetic comedy routine. but perfect prediction remains impossible. Aurora still manages to surprise electrical engineers with unexpected cosmic punchlines. GPS satellites orbit 20,000 kilometers above Earth. They broadcast precisely timed radio signals that enable navigation systems to calculate exact positions anywhere on the planet. This technological marvel requires atomic clock accuracy and mathematical precision that amazes even its creators. But Aurora doesn't care about human technological achievements. During intense geomagnetic storms, Aurora scrambles GPS signals like a cosmic prankster rearranging road signs in the middle of the night. Navigation systems suddenly think continents have moved, mountains have disappeared, and highways lead to impossible destinations. The GPS signal scrambling occurs when Aurora activity ionizes Earth's upper atmosphere and creates irregular electron density patterns. Radio waves must penetrate them to reach ground-based receivers. Normally, GPS signals travel through relatively uniform atmospheric conditions at predictable speeds. Aurora transforms the atmosphere into a cosmic funhouse mirror that bends, reflects, and delays radio signals unpredictably. GPS receivers struggle to calculate accurate positions when Aurora keeps changing the atmospheric rules for radio wave propagation. Commercial aviation suffers particularly dramatic effects when Aurora decides to play GPS practical jokes on aircraft navigation systems. Modern airliners depend on GPS guidance for precise approach patterns at major airports worldwide. During geomagnetic storms, GPS accuracy can degrade from meter-level precision to errors spanning hundreds of meters or more. Air traffic controllers suddenly receive position reports indicating aircraft are flying through airport terminal buildings or landing on imaginary runways that don't exist. Pilots revert to backup navigation methods while Aurora laughs at human dependence on satellite technology. Maritime navigation experiences equally problematic GPS disruptions when Aurora interferes with ship positioning systems. Large cargo vessels navigating narrow shipping channels need meter-level accuracy to avoid running aground or colliding with other vessels. Aurora-induced GPS errors can make ships appear to be sailing across dry land or navigating through solid obstacles. Port authorities receive distress calls from vessels that GPS systems claim are sailing through downtown districts of coastal cities. Ship captains learn to distrust their electronic navigation displays during Aurora events. Agricultural machinery has become increasingly dependent on GPS guidance for precise crop planting, fertilizer application, and automated harvesting operations. Modern farming equipment uses GPS coordinates to navigate field patterns and optimize resource usage down to individual plant spacing. Aurora interference causes tractors and harvesting machines to lose track of their field positions and duplicate work in some areas, while completely missing others. Farmers discover crop rows that zigzag unpredictably because Aurora convinced GPS systems that field boundaries had shifted overnight. Emergency response services face dangerous complications when Aurora scrambles GPS guidance during rescue operations. Ambulances, fire trucks, and police vehicles depend on GPS navigation to reach emergency locations quickly through optimal routes. Aurora-induced positioning errors can direct emergency responders to wrong addresses or suggest routes through impassable terrain. Dispatch centers struggle to coordinate rescue efforts when GPS systems provide conflicting location information for both emergency vehicles and incident sites. Nothing reveals modern civilization's priorities quite like the global panic that ensues. It happens when Aurora knocks out satellite television and internet services. This often occurs during major sporting events or season finale episodes of popular streaming series. Previous generations survived perfectly well without constant digital entertainment. Contemporary society treats streaming service interruptions as genuine emergencies requiring immediate technical support responses. Aurora has discovered that interfering with human entertainment technology creates more customer service complaints than disrupting essential infrastructure systems. Satellite communication systems operate by bouncing radio signals off spacecraft positioned 36,000 kilometers above Earth's equator in geostationary orbits. These satellites maintain fixed positions relative to Earth's surface. This allows ground-based antennas to point in specific directions for reliable communication links. But Aurora activity ionizes the atmosphere and creates electromagnetic interference that scrambles satellite signals like cosmic static overwhelming radio broadcasts. Communication satellites suddenly find themselves trying to transmit coherent signals through atmospheric conditions that change faster than their systems can adapt. The psychological impact of losing streaming services during Aurora events often exceeds the practical inconvenience of the actual service disruption. Families gathered for movie nights discover their entertainment systems displaying error messages instead of requested programs. Sports fans miss critical game moments when satellite feeds cut out during overtime periods or championship matches. Binge-watching sessions come to abrupt halts when Aurora decides that humans consumed enough digital entertainment for one evening. The cosmic interference creates withdrawal symptoms in populations accustomed to unlimited on-demand entertainment access. International communication satellites enable global internet connectivity, telephone networks, and financial transaction systems that modern economies depend on for basic operations. When Aurora interferes with these satellite links, the effects cascade through multiple technological systems simultaneously. Banking networks lose connectivity between international branches. Video conferencing systems fail during important business meetings. Social media platforms experience regional outages when satellite links carrying internet traffic suffer Aurora-induced disruptions. The cosmic prankster manages to interrupt human civilization's electronic nervous system with electromagnetic interference. Weather forecasting services face particular challenges when Aurora knocks out meteorological satellites that provide essential atmospheric monitoring data. Weather prediction models depend on continuous satellite observations of cloud patterns, atmospheric temperatures, and storm system developments. Aurora interference creates gaps in meteorological data exactly when space weather conditions indicate that terrestrial weather systems might also experience unusual activity. Meteorologists lose their primary observation tools during periods when accurate weather forecasting becomes most critical. Satellite television broadcasting represents Aurora's favorite target for maximum human inconvenience with minimal actual danger. Aurora can knock out television reception across entire continents while leaving terrestrial infrastructure completely intact. Millions of households simultaneously lose access to news broadcasts, entertainment programming, and emergency information systems. Customer service departments for satellite TV providers receive thousands of technical support calls during Aurora events. These calls come from customers who assume their equipment has malfunctioned rather than cosmic forces interfering with satellite signals. Modern medicine depends on electronic devices so extensively that Aurora interference creates genuine life-threatening emergencies in medical facilities worldwide. Hospitals operate like electronic ecosystems where patient monitoring systems, life support equipment, and diagnostic machinery must function reliably 24 hours a day. When Aurora decides to experiment with electromagnetic interference in medical environments, the cosmic prankster inadvertently transforms from atmospheric light show into potential medical emergency. Aurora's electromagnetic jokes become distinctly unfunny when they involve patient safety. Cardiac pacemakers represent the most vulnerable medical devices during Aurora events because they depend on precise electronic timing to regulate heart rhythms. These implanted devices contain sophisticated computers programmed to monitor cardiac electrical activity and deliver corrective stimulation when needed. Aurora-induced electromagnetic interference can temporarily disrupt pacemaker programming or trigger inappropriate responses to cosmic electrical signals that the device mistakes for cardiac activity. Emergency rooms experience increased admissions during major geomagnetic storms as patients with cardiac devices seek medical evaluation for unusual device behavior. Magnetic resonance imaging systems become particularly susceptible to Aurora interference because they already generate powerful magnetic fields as part of normal operation. MRI machines depend on extremely precise magnetic field control to produce diagnostic images of internal body structures. Aurora activity introduces electromagnetic noise that reduces image clarity and can force technicians to repeat expensive diagnostic procedures. Hospitals sometimes postpone non-emergency MRI scans during predicted Aurora events to avoid compromising diagnostic accuracy. Electronic insulin pumps that diabetic patients depend on for automated medication delivery can experience programming disruptions during intense Aurora activity. These devices continuously monitor blood glucose levels and calculate appropriate insulin dosages based on sophisticated algorithms. Electromagnetic interference from Aurora can temporarily scramble pump programming or interfere with glucose monitoring sensors. Diabetic patients learn to carry backup insulin supplies and manual monitoring equipment. Aurora occasionally forces them to revert to pre-electronic diabetes management methods. Hospital communication systems face critical challenges when Aurora interferes with wireless networks that connect medical devices throughout healthcare facilities. Patient monitoring stations depend on reliable wireless connections to transmit vital sign data to nursing stations and emergency response teams. Aurora-induced electromagnetic interference can disrupt these communication networks exactly when medical emergencies require immediate coordination between multiple departments. Medical staff resort to manual patient monitoring and direct communication methods while Aurora plays havoc with hospital electronic infrastructure. Neurosurgical equipment used during brain surgery requires extraordinary precision and reliability because even minor electronic malfunctions can cause permanent patient injury. Advanced neurosurgical systems incorporate electromagnetic shielding specifically designed to prevent interference from external sources. However, extreme Aurora events can produce electromagnetic disturbances intense enough to penetrate standard medical device shielding. Neurosurgeons sometimes postpone elective procedures during predicted major Aurora activity rather than risk cosmic interference during critical brain surgery. The medical device industry now incorporates Aurora interference testing into product development and safety certification processes. New medical devices undergo electromagnetic compatibility testing that simulates Aurora-induced interference conditions. Manufacturers design shielding and filtering systems specifically to protect medical electronics from cosmic electromagnetic disturbances. Hospital biomedical engineering departments maintain Aurora monitoring procedures and develop backup protocols for maintaining patient care during cosmic electromagnetic interference events. Aurora possesses an almost supernatural ability to disable human communication systems at the most inconvenient possible moments. During major Aurora events, radio networks, cellular telephone systems, and internet infrastructure suffer simultaneous disruptions. They leave millions of people temporarily unable to communicate with the outside world. The cosmic interference creates communication blackouts that remind modern society how completely dependent we've become on electronic connection technologies. Cosmic forces can disable these technologies whenever they choose to demonstrate electromagnetic superiority. Radio communication systems experience the most immediate and dramatic effects when Aurora interferes with high-frequency radio waves. These waves normally propagate by bouncing off the ionosphere. Amateur radio operators, aircraft pilots, and maritime communications depend on ionospheric radio reflection for long-distance communication links. Aurora activity ionizes the atmosphere and absorbs radio waves instead of reflecting them. This creates communication dead zones that can span entire continents. Radio operators worldwide recognize Aurora-induced communication blackouts as occupational hazards that transform reliable communication networks into cosmic static generators. Cellular telephone networks face complex challenges during Aurora events because modern mobile communication systems. They depend on satellite links for connecting calls between different geographic regions. Aurora interference affects both the satellite communication links and the ground-based cellular tower equipment simultaneously. Mobile phone users discover that their devices show full signal strength but cannot complete calls or access internet services. Customer service representatives struggle to explain that cosmic forces have temporarily disabled cellular communication infrastructure across multiple states or countries. Internet communication suffers widespread disruptions when Aurora interferes with the fiber optic cable networks and satellite links. These links carry data traffic between major internet service providers. While fiber optic cables themselves resist electromagnetic interference, the electronic equipment that amplifies and routes in its signals remains vulnerable to Aurora-induced electrical disturbances. Internet outages during Aurora events affect millions of users simultaneously. They create cascade effects through social media platforms, email systems, and online business applications. Modern society uses these for essential daily communication. Aviation communication faces critical safety implications when Aurora knocks out radio links between aircraft and air traffic control centers. Commercial airline pilots depend on continuous radio contact with ground control for navigation instructions, weather updates, and coordination with other aircraft. Aurora interference can create radio blackouts that isolate aircraft from ground control exactly when electromagnetic disturbances also affect navigation systems and weather monitoring equipment. Air traffic controllers implement emergency procedures for maintaining aviation safety when Aurora disables primary communication networks. Emergency response communication systems represent Aurora's most concerning interference targets because they affect public safety during crisis situations. Police, fire, and ambulance services depend on radio networks for coordinating response efforts and maintaining contact between field personnel and dispatch centers. Aurora-induced communication disruptions can disable emergency response coordination exactly when unusual electromagnetic conditions might also be affecting other infrastructure systems. Emergency services maintain backup communication protocols specifically because Aurora demonstrates that cosmic forces can interrupt human communication networks during critical situations. The social-psychological effects of Aurora-induced communication blackouts reveal how extensively modern society depends on constant electronic connectivity. People experiencing communication disruptions during Aurora events often interpret the outages as equipment failures rather than cosmic interference. Social media addiction symptoms emerge when Aurora prevents access to networking platforms for extended periods. The cosmic prankster inadvertently provides forced digital detoxification therapy by temporarily disabling the electronic communication systems that dominate contemporary human social interaction patterns. Future communication technologies promise improved Aurora interference resistance through advanced signal processing and alternative communication pathways. However, increasing reliance on electronic communication also creates new vulnerabilities. Aurora might exploit them as technology becomes more sophisticated and more essential for basic social interaction. Hidden in the Alaskan wilderness near Gakona stands humanity's most audacious attempt to steal nature's Aurora recipe. The High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program facility operates like a cosmic microwave oven pointed skyward. It beams 1.8 million watts of radio energy directly into Earth's upper atmosphere. Scientists essentially built the world's most powerful radio transmitter specifically to cook the ionosphere until it glows like artificial aurora. HAARP represents humanity's determination to turn the entire sky into a controllable lighting system. The HAARP antenna array spans 33 acres of Alaskan forest and consists of 180 individual radio transmitters working in perfect coordination. Each antenna stands 72 feet tall and broadcasts radio waves at frequencies designed to heat ionospheric particles until they emit visible light. The entire system operates like a planetary-scale radio oven that transforms invisible atmospheric gases into glowing plasma displays visible from hundreds of kilometers away. Key: when HAARP activates its full power output, the facility essentially creates miniature aurora displays that scientists can control with theatrical lighting precision. Researchers select specific atmospheric altitudes to target. They choose exact geographic coordinates for aurora placement. They adjust radio frequency parameters to influence the colors and brightness of artificial light emissions. HAARP operators sit at computer terminals designing custom aurora shows like cosmic DJs mixing electromagnetic tracks for atmospheric dance parties. The artificial aurora produced by HAARP typically appear much fainter and shorter-lived than natural aurora displays powered by solar-wind interactions. HAARP's 1.8 million watts sound impressive until compared to the trillions of watts that natural aurora systems generate during major geomagnetic storms. The facility essentially creates aurora prototypes that demonstrate human understanding of atmospheric physics while revealing the enormous power differences between human technology and cosmic-scale natural phenomena. HAARP experiments have successfully triggered artificial aurora visible to ground-based observers using high-sensitivity cameras designed to capture extremely faint light emissions. These artificial displays usually appear as subtle glows or structured light patterns that last only minutes before fading as HAARP's radio heating effects dissipate. The artificial aurora lack the dynamic movement and brilliant colors of natural displays. They resemble cosmic test patterns more than genuine aural artistry. military and scientific applications of artificial aurora technology extend far beyond atmospheric entertainment. HAARP researchers study how radio wave heating affects satellite communication links, GPS signal propagation, and high-frequency radio transmission through ionospheric layers. The facility serves as a test bed for understanding how natural aurora events disrupt communication systems and developing mitigation technologies for space weather interference. Scientists essentially use artificial aurora creation to study natural aurora's impact on modern technology. Conspiracy theories surrounding MRP attribute supernatural powers to the facility. These include weather control capabilities and mind control experiments that supposedly use artificial aurora as delivery systems for electromagnetic mind manipulation. The reality involves much more mundane atmospheric research focused on radio wave propagation and ionospheric physics. HAARP represents humanity's attempt to understand and replicate natural aurora phenomena, not control global weather or human consciousness through cosmic light manipulation. Scientific creativity reaches extraordinary heights when researchers decide that natural aurora colors aren't sufficient for their atmospheric art projects. They begin launching rockets filled with exotic chemicals specifically designed to create custom-colored light shows across hundreds of kilometers of sky. These chemical release experiments transform the upper atmosphere into humanity's largest canvas, where scientists paint temporary murals visible from multiple states. Atmospheric chemistry becomes cosmic graffiti as researchers discover which chemical combinations produce the most spectacular artificial rainbow displays. NASA and European space agencies have launched dozens of rockets carrying payloads of barium, lithium, and trimethyl aluminum compounds. These react with atmospheric oxygen and solar radiation to create vivid artificial aurora displays. These chemical cocktails spread across vast atmospheric regions and emit distinctive colors that natural aurora rarely produces. Barium releases create brilliant green clouds that glow for hours after deployment. Lithium compounds produce deep red emissions that paint entire sky sections in crimson light. Trimethyl aluminum generates white and blue displays that appear almost supernatural when photographed against star fields. The most spectacular chemical release experiments involve multiple rockets launched in coordinated sequences to create elaborate atmospheric light sculptures spanning hundreds of kilometers. Scientists time these launches to occur during specific solar wind conditions that enhance chemical reactions and extend artificial aurora duration. The result resembles cosmic fireworks displays designed by atmospheric chemists with unlimited budgets and no concern for environmental regulations. These experiments create temporary aurora phenomena more colorful and geometrically precise than anything nature produces through random solar particle interactions. Chemical aurora experiments serve legitimate scientific purposes beyond atmospheric artistry. Researchers use these artificial displays to study atmospheric wind patterns, chemical reaction rates at different altitudes, and how solar radiation affects various compounds in near-vacuum conditions. The colored chemical clouds act as visible tracers that reveal atmospheric circulation patterns invisible through normal observation methods. Scientists essentially use the entire upper atmosphere as a chemistry laboratory where reaction products become visible through their own luminescence. Military applications of chemical aurora technology include communication disruption research and atmospheric modification experiments that could theoretically affect radio wave propagation across large geographic regions. Some chemical releases can temporarily modify ionospheric electrical properties and interfere with satellite communication systems or radar detection capabilities. These experiments explore whether atmospheric chemistry manipulation could serve as a defensive technology during conflicts involving electronic warfare systems. Environmental concerns about chemical Aurora experiments focus on introducing artificial compounds into pristine atmospheric layers and potential contamination of the upper atmosphere with exotic materials. However, the quantities released remain extremely small compared to natural atmospheric volumes. Most chemical compounds disperse rapidly without accumulating in dangerous concentrations. The artificial Aurora chemicals typically react completely with atmospheric components and disappear within hours or days of deployment, leaving no permanent atmospheric modifications. Behind classified doors and heavily redacted research papers lies humanity's most ambitious application of artificial Aurora technology. Military researchers have spent decades investigating whether controlled ionospheric heating could disable enemy communication systems, scramble satellite networks, and create electromagnetic interference zones spanning entire continents. Aurora generation transforms from peaceful atmospheric science into potential electronic warfare capability when applied with sufficient power and strategic targeting. The same physics that creates beautiful dancing lights could theoretically become the ultimate weapon against modern technological civilization. Military ionosphere modification research explores whether concentrated radio wave heating could create artificial geomagnetic storms powerful enough to overwhelm electronic infrastructure across enemy territories. Theoretical calculations suggest that sufficiently powerful heating facilities could generate electromagnetic pulses similar to those produced by nuclear weapons. These would cause disruption without radioactive contamination or direct physical destruction. These electromagnetic warfare systems would target the electronic nervous systems that modern military forces depend on for communication, navigation, and weapons guidance. The technical challenges of weaponizing Aurora phenomena involve scaling up radio heating capabilities far beyond current civilian research facilities. Military-grade ionosphere modification would require heating arrays thousands of times more powerful than H&R. These would consume electrical power equivalent to major cities and cover geographic areas spanning multiple states. These hypothetical installations would essentially become planetary-scale weapons systems capable of disabling electronic infrastructure across continents by artificially triggering electromagnetic storm conditions. International treaties and arms control agreements specifically address ionospheric modification research because of its potential applications to environmental warfare and electronic attack capabilities. The 1977 Environmental Modification Convention prohibits military applications of atmospheric modification technologies that could cause widespread environmental damage or affect other nations' territories. However, enforcement remains difficult because ionosphere heating research often involves the same equipment and techniques used for legitimate atmospheric science studies. Current military ionosphere research focuses primarily on understanding how natural space weather affects military communications systems and developing protective technologies for electronic equipment during geomagnetic storms. Defense researchers study Aurora-induced electromagnetic interference to design hardened communication networks that can operate reliably during solar storm events. This defensive research helps military forces maintain operational capability when cosmic forces naturally disable civilian electronic infrastructure through intense aurora activity. The practical limitations of ionospheric warfare include enormous power requirements, vulnerability of heating facilities to conventional attack, and unpredictable atmospheric response to artificial heating. Creating militarily useful electromagnetic interference would require sustained power input for hours or days, making such operations extremely expensive and easily detectable by enemy forces. Natural aurora systems demonstrate that atmospheric modification on relevant scales requires cosmic-level energy inputs that remain far beyond human technological capabilities. Commercial space tourism companies have discovered that aurora viewing represents one of the few genuinely unique experiences that orbital travel can offer compared to earthly vacation alternatives. Wealthy adventurers now pay astronomical prices for brief trips to the International Space Station's altitude, specifically to witness aurora displays from above rather than below. These cosmic light show expeditions transform aurora from free natural entertainment into exclusive luxury experiences available only to multimillionaires. Space tourism aurora packages typically cost between $50 and $100 million per passenger for week-long orbital stays timed to coincide with predicted aurora activity. These premium experiences include luxury accommodations aboard private space stations and gourmet meals prepared in zero gravity. They also include guaranteed aurora viewing opportunities through specially designed observation windows with optimal positioning for overhead aurora photography. Passengers essentially pay the equivalent of small nation budgets to watch the same light shows that northern residents witness for free during clear nights. The technical challenges of aurora space tourism involve predicting space weather conditions months in advance when tourist flights must be scheduled and launched. Aurora activity fluctuates based on unpredictable solar wind variations that can change dramatically between flight booking and actual launch dates. Space tourism companies employ teams of space weather forecasters who attempt to optimize launch timing for maximum aurora visibility. But cosmic forces remain notoriously uncooperative with human scheduling preferences and multimillion-dollar vacation itineraries. Orbital aurora viewing provides perspectives impossible from ground-based locations. This allows tourists to observe the complete three-dimensional structure of aurora displays as they ripple across Earth's curved atmosphere. Space tourists witness aurora curtains from above, see the full oval formations encircling polar regions, and observe how aurora activity responds to real-time solar wind variations. These privileged perspectives reveal aurora architecture that remains invisible to earthbound observers limited to viewing aurora from underneath through atmospheric distortion. The psychological impact of orbital aurora viewing creates profound emotional responses that many space tourists struggle to describe adequately after returning to Earth. The combination of weightlessness, Earth's beauty, aurora's dynamic movement, and the cosmic perspective creates what psychologists call the overview effect, enhanced by aurora's visual spectacle. Many orbital aurora tourists report life-changing experiences that justify the enormous financial costs and physical risks associated with space travel for atmospheric entertainment. Future space tourism developments promise more affordable aurora viewing experiences through high-altitude balloon flights and suborbital rocket trips. They also include lunar tourism packages that offer aurora observations from even more distant perspectives. Companies developing space hotels and permanent orbital facilities market superior aurora viewing capabilities as primary selling points for extended space vacations. The aurora tourism industry could eventually evolve into a major space commerce sector serving customers who prioritize cosmic experiences over terrestrial luxury travel alternatives. Commercial competition among space tourism companies focuses heavily on aurora viewing capabilities. Providers compete to offer the best observation windows, optimal orbital positioning, and most luxurious accommodations for aurora photography. Advanced space tourism vehicles incorporate specialized aurora observation decks with panoramic windows and professional photography equipment. They also include expert guides who explain aurora physics. Passengers experience the ultimate cosmic light show from low Earth orbit. Earth's magnetic field is planning the ultimate retirement strategy. It has been gradually weakening over the past several centuries, while aurora displays eyeing prime tropical real estate for their future expansion plans. Scientists monitoring Earth's magnetic strength have detected a steady decline that could fundamentally reshape aurora geography over the next century. What currently requires extreme geomagnetic storms to push aurora as far south as the Caribbean might become routine nightly entertainment for beach resort guests by tutti fundri. Aurora is essentially scouting new territory for the biggest cosmic relocation project in planetary history. The magnetic field weakening process unfolds like a slow-motion geological catastrophe that operates on timescales spanning multiple human generations. Earth's magnetic strength has decreased by approximately 10% over the past 180 years. The rate of decline has been accelerating in recent decades. Magnetic North Pole wandering has become increasingly erratic. It migrates hundreds of kilometers per decade as the internal magnetic field structure becomes unstable. These changes indicate that Earth's magnetic field might be preparing for a complete polarity reversal. It occurs roughly every 300,000 years on average. During magnetic field transitions, aurora behavior becomes dramatically unpredictable. Protective magnetic barriers normally confine aurora to polar regions, but they weaken and develop gaps. Aurora displays could appear regularly over major population centers that have never experienced northern lights throughout recorded human history. Cities like Miami, Cairo, Mumbai, and Bangkok might witness aurora shows that currently only occur over Alaska, northern Canada, and Scandinavia. The cosmic light entertainment industry would suddenly expand from specialized Arctic tourism to mainstream global attraction accessible to billions of people. The economic implications of aurora democratization would revolutionize tourism industries worldwide as tropical destinations develop aurora viewing infrastructure and marketing campaigns. Beach resorts could advertise nightly aurora shows alongside swimming pools and palm trees. Urban areas would need to address light pollution problems that currently mask aurora visibility only in remote northern locations. The aurora viewing experience would transform from specialized Arctic adventure requiring expensive travel. It would become routine evening entertainment available in comfortable tropical climates. Scientific monitoring of Earth's magnetic field decline involve satellite networks that continuously measure magnetic strength and orientation across the planet's surface. Researchers track magnetic anomalies like the South Atlantic anomaly. Magnetic field strength has already weakened substantially below global averages there. These magnetic weak spots provide preview demonstrations of how aurora behavior changes when protective magnetic barriers fail to function properly. Aurora occasionally penetrates much farther south through these magnetic vulnerabilities during moderate geomagnetic storms. The timing of major magnetic field changes remains impossible to predict precisely because magnetic polarity reversals occur irregularly over geological timescales. Some transitions happen rapidly within human lifetimes. Others develop gradually over thousands of years. Current magnetic field weakening could accelerate dramatically or stabilize at reduced strength for centuries before any major reorganization occurs. Aurora migration patterns will depend entirely on how quickly Earth's magnetic protection systems continue deteriorating over the coming decades. Mars colonists refuse to accept a future without Aurora entertainment. They have begun developing the most ambitious atmospheric engineering project in human history, creating an entirely artificial Aurora system for a planet that gave up its natural magnetic field billions of years ago. These terraforming visionaries plan to construct massive electromagnetic field generators around Mars. They would recreate the magnetic protection and Aurora generation capabilities that Earth enjoys naturally. Mars would essentially become humanity's first custom-designed Aurora theme park operating on a planetary scale. The Mars Artificial Aurora project involves installing hundreds of powerful electromagnets at strategic locations across the Martian surface. They would generate a synthetic magnetic field strong enough to capture solar wind and channel charged particles toward polar regions. These electromagnetic installations would operate like a planetary-scale version of HAARP. They would be designed for permanent atmospheric modification rather than temporary scientific experiments. Mars colonists would essentially rewire an entire planet's electromagnetic personality to support Aurora generation and atmospheric protection against cosmic radiation. Creating artificial Aurora on Mars requires solving enormous technical challenges that dwarf any engineering projects attempted on Earth. The electromagnetic field generators must operate continuously for decades. They would use power sources that remain reliable in the harsh Martian environment. Solar panels and nuclear reactors would provide electricity for electromagnetic coils spanning hundreds of kilometers. They would generate magnetic fields strong enough to deflect solar wind across planetary distances. The entire system would represent humanity's largest construction project. It would require coordination between multiple colony settlements across different hemispheres. Martian aurora displays would differ significantly from Earth's northern lights because of fundamental differences in atmospheric composition and density. Mars' thin carbon dioxide atmosphere would create aurora colors that do not exist in Earth's nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. Red and orange emissions would dominate Martian aurora as carbon dioxide molecules respond to charged particle collisions. The reduced atmospheric pressure would allow aurora to extend much closer to the planet's surface. It would create more intense and accessible displays for ground-based observers. The psychological benefits of artificial aurora for Mars colonists could prove essential for maintaining mental health during decades-long missions far from Earth. Aurora viewing provides emotional connection to natural beauty and cosmic wonder. It helps humans cope with isolation and confinement. Mars settlements would gain nightly entertainment that connects colonists to familiar Earth experiences while demonstrating humanity's technological mastery over planetary-scale natural phenomena. Artificial aurora would become both practical atmospheric protection and essential psychological support for permanent Mars residents. Economic applications of Mars aurora technology could transform the planet into a premium space tourism destination once transportation costs decrease sufficiently. Wealthy Earth residents might pay enormous sums to experience aurora displays in the exotic Martian environment with 1/3 of Earth gravity and alien atmospheric chemistry. Mars aurora tours could become the ultimate luxury travel experience, combining space adventure with guaranteed cosmic light shows engineered specifically for tourist entertainment. The red planet would develop its signature attraction that no Earth destination could replicate. Solar astronomers have been watching the Sun's activity cycle build toward its predicted 2025 maximum with the nervous excitement of engineers monitoring a cosmic time bomb. The approaching solar maximum promises to unleash the most intense geomagnetic storm activity in over 2 decades. This will create aurora displays visible across much of the inhabited world, while simultaneously threatening to overwhelm electronic infrastructure that society depends on for basic daily operations. Aurora enthusiasts eagerly anticipate spectacular light shows, while electrical engineers lose sleep over potential cascade failures that could darken entire continents. The 2025 solar maximum represents the peak of solar cycle 25. It began around 2019 during the previous solar minimum when aurora activity dropped to extremely low levels worldwide. Solar physicists predict this cycle will produce significantly more intense magnetic storms than the relatively weak solar cycle 24 that ended in 2019. Increased solar activity means more frequent and powerful coronal mass ejections, hurling billions of tons of charged particles toward Earth at speeds exceeding millions of miles per hour. Each major solar eruption creates potential for aurora displays that could appear as far south as Mexico and the Mediterranean region. Power grid vulnerabilities to aurora-induced electromagnetic interference have increased dramatically since the last major solar maximum. Modern electrical infrastructure has become more interconnected and dependent on computer control systems. Smart grid technologies that improve electrical efficiency also create new pathways for aurora-generated electrical currents to propagate through power networks and cause widespread failures. A single aurora-induced transformer explosion in a critical location could trigger cascade blackouts. It could affect tens of millions of people across multiple states or countries. Satellite communication networks face particular risks during the 2025 solar maximum because space-based infrastructure operates directly within the radiation environment that creates aurora displays. Intense geomagnetic storms can disable GPS satellites, interrupt internet communications, and knock out television broadcasting systems that millions of people depend on for news and entertainment. Modern society's increasing reliance on satellite technology creates vulnerabilities that did not exist during previous solar maximum periods, when electronic infrastructure was less sophisticated and less essential. Financial markets and banking systems could experience severe disruptions if aurora activity interferes with electronic trading networks and international communication links during critical business hours. High-frequency trading systems that execute millions of transactions per second remain vulnerable to even brief electromagnetic interference. It could cause massive financial losses. Airlines face operational challenges when aurora activity disrupts GPS navigation and radio communication systems essential for safe flight operations. The economic costs of major aurora events now reach billions of dollars as society becomes increasingly dependent on electronic systems. Preparation efforts for the 2025 solar maximum involve power companies installing protective equipment designed to isolate vulnerable transformers during geomagnetic storms. Space agencies are developing backup communication systems for essential satellite services. emergency management agencies have updated protocols for managing extended power outages. They could affect millions of people simultaneously during severe aurora events. However, perfect protection remains impossible because aurora-induced electromagnetic effects operate on continental scales that exceed the geographic scope of most defensive technologies. Future real estate developers marketing residential properties on Jupiter's moons will advertise the solar system's most spectacular aurora views as standard neighborhood amenities that come included with every home purchase. Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto offer front-row seats to Jupiter's continuous aurora displays that make Earth's northern lights look like amateur community theater performances. These Jovian moon settlements would represent the ultimate cosmic suburb, where residents enjoy nightly entertainment that outshines anything available in Earth's most exclusive aurora viewing destinations. Jupiter's aurora system operates with power levels and visual complexity that completely eclipse any aurora displays possible around Earth. The gas giant generates aurora emissions 1,000 times more intense than Earth's strongest geomagnetic storms, while maintaining continuous activity regardless of solar wind conditions. Jupiter's own moons contribute charged particles through volcanic emissions and electromagnetic interactions. They fuel permanent aurora displays visible from hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. Residents of Jovian moon colonies would witness cosmic light shows that never end and never repeat exactly the same patterns twice. The practical advantages of Jupiter moon aurora viewing include zero light pollution, perfectly clear atmospheric conditions, and optimal viewing angles unavailable anywhere in the Earth-Moon system. Moon settlements would feature transparent dome architecture designed specifically for aurora observation from comfortable indoor environments. Residential properties would compete based on aurora visibility ratings and premium locations offering unobstructed views of Jupiter's polar regions where the most intense aurora activity occurs. Real estate values would correlate directly with aurora viewing quality rather than traditional location factors like proximity to water or transportation networks. Daily life for Jupiter moon residents would incorporate aurora viewing as routine evening entertainment comparable to Earth residents watching television or browsing social media. Children growing up on Jupiter's moons would consider continuous aurora displays completely normal. Visiting Earth would seem astronomically boring because of its weak and intermittent aurora activity. Jovian colonists would develop cultural traditions and social activities centered around aurora watching that Earth residents could never fully appreciate or understand. Sult. The psychological benefits of living surrounded by constant cosmic beauty would profoundly affect human mental health and creativity in ways that researchers can only speculate about. Aurora viewing promotes feelings of wonder, connection to cosmic forces, and appreciation for natural beauty that could enhance psychological well-being for permanent space colonists dealing with isolation from Earth. Jupiter moon settlements might produce the happiest and most mentally healthy human populations in history because of continuous exposure to the universe's most magnificent natural entertainment. Scientific research opportunities available to Jupiter moon residents would revolutionize aurora physics and magnetosphere science through direct observation of phenomena impossible to study from Earth's distant perspective. Amateur scientists living on Jupiter's moons could contribute valuable aurora observations using simple equipment. professional researchers would access the ultimate natural laboratory for studying plasma physics, magnetic field interactions, and charged particle behavior. The Jovian moon colonies would become premier centers for Aurora research that Earth-based scientists could never match for data quality and observation opportunities. Tourism potential for Jupiter moon aurora viewing would create luxury travel industries serving wealthy Earth residents seeking the ultimate cosmic vacation experience once interplanetary transportation becomes commercially viable. Hotels and resorts on Jupiter's moons would market guaranteed spectacular aurora viewing as their primary attraction. They would offer experiences so extraordinary that no Earth destination could compete for premium space tourism markets. Jupiter moon aurora tourism would represent the pinnacle of luxury travel for adventurous tourists with unlimited financial resources and desire for genuinely unique experiences.